Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 101. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on, what challenges we're facing, and maybe a glimpse of the future. Definitely a glimpse of the future tonight, because tonight we're looking at our upcoming Cities Untold Kickstarter. Bow! Do we have an echo coming from the thing, or is that just in my brain?
Not anymore.
Okay. Woo! I'm Nate, this is Chris, so we're going to have fun 2 hours drinking a frosty beverage and talking about terrain. What else is happening tonight, Chris?
Oh, I should have done something with 101 Dalmatians for the title. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Sorry, what?
I don't know. What's going on?
We're doing a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card giveaway at the break. It's available for anybody internationally. So, there you go.
We didn't run out of giveaways after last week. It's a miracle.
Yeah.
Christmas miracle.
Oh, I could have done CU 101 like it's a college course.
Oh, man.
I could have literally called it Cities 101.
All right, let's stop the stream, retitle it, launch again.
The problem is it only sends out a notification once every 4 hours. We'd have to start the stream back up in 4 hours.
All right, see you guys in 4 hours.
Yeah.
For the sake of a decent punny title, it must be done.
It's going to be a nice early morning stream for the Australians.
Facts.
I like nights where I can't sleep, where I just end up talking to my Australian friends. You want to go to the news?
Yeah, wait. We also
Yes.
We're doing a giveaway. We're going through Cities Untold. This is a show. Please interact with us. Right? We're here. We are live. We want to hear. Pop in the comments. Ask some questions. This is. We love answering your questions. That's what we're here for. We love interacting with you. You also feel free to just lurk if that's more your style. No wrong way to watch, except don't be a jerk. Right? Be nice in the chat. Be nice to us. We are humans. Do we have any new folks here this evening?
Probably. Well, I think Lost Pick is watching his first stream. He's been a supporter for a very long time.
Been on the forums for 100 years.
Yeah, I think he's watching his first stream. He's been around for a long time.
Well, what convinced you to watch it? Did you realize what you were
probably the email with the probably was just to see the sculpted stuff.
Yeah,
the email went up. Hey, everybody should have gotten an email with pictures of some of the stuff we're going to be looking at tonight. There's some pretty exciting stuff in there. If you didn't get it, and you're not on the mailing list, would highly recommend going to the dwarvenforge.com and getting on the mailing list. We basically email once or twice a month, just with updates on like what's happening. Basically, just when there's a restock coming, so that you know what's going on. We don't really do anything else with it.
Yeah, just a couple of crucial bits of news. Whoa! Yeah. Speaking of which, it's the news. It's the news. It's the news. What's in the news, Chris? Reporting live from the field. What do you see out there?
Actually, not a ton of stuff today. The biggest thing is, hey, Reliquaries container landed a week early. Reliquaries container the ship has docked. It docked on Monday.
Woo!
And that has everybody's reliquaries for the Kickstarter, as well as the reliquaries that are going to go into the store, as well as our regular October restock, and a bunch of stuff for an October reserve release. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Granted, it hasn't gotten off the ship. It hasn't cleared the customs. It hasn't gotten to the warehouse. But
yes,
it is on the land. It's on mainland.
It's looking promising that it'll be received by the warehouse next week.
This is like we're earning back good shipping karma from Wildlands. Like after 12 months of absolute nonsense, we're like okay, we got 1 week back. Little by little, we'll earn back all our lost time. What do you think? It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I don't even want to pretend.
Wow. Chris is broken tonight. Oh,
it's been a long 2 years.
It's been a long 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't finish the boat. We're here. All right. Woo!
Yeah. So we just gotta wait for it to get taken off the ship and trucked over to the warehouse, and then they take everything, make sure it's all there, matches the manifest, and then we'll start shipping the reliquaries to all the backers, and we'll set the date for the restocks. And I think this unless something really wild happens with the actual shipping, we should be able to get reliquaries in the store before Thanksgiving easily.
And like that, Reliquaries was cursed. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm excited though. We're imminent. Shipping is imminent. Should we take bets on who's going to get theirs first? Like who's the first person?
Who's going to get
Discord?
the first shipment?
Like,
First, who will post first on Discord?
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to tell. Because probably the first person who gets it will just be somebody who doesn't post on any of our platforms.
Yeah. First person to post on Discord. Should have a prize.
When is Thanksgiving? That's a great question. I don't know. Sometime in the second half of November.
Thanksgiving? 24th, 3rd, 2nd, 5th. So I don't know. Late third Thursday of Thanksgiving.
The 24th. Yeah, we can
24th.
easily. Well, yeah, we've got it.
I'm gonna say I think we'll have all packages out by Halloween.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll all be sent out.
They may not all have arrived, particularly the international ones, but I think they'll all be out. We'll see.
I'm extremely confident that we will. Yeah.
What else? What else was on that boat, Chris?
What else was on the boat? So we've got a wave of restocks kind of going through a wave of store events going through the end of the year, basically. In October, we're going to be doing a small regular restock and then a absolutely massive reserve release, basically. The small, basically, it was, hey, we've got some extra room in this reliquaries container. What else do you want to throw in there?
Well, Jay was like, when Wildlands basically all sold out in a day, he was like, we maybe better get all the rest of the stuff that's sitting in the factory that we couldn't fit in the cards. And it was like the next day, it was like, guys, get everything on that boat.
If only somebody had predicted that Wildlands was gonna sell like mad.
Go fig.
Yeah. So, for example, like the LED lantern posters, a bunch of those coming in that container. It's only a couple things for the regular October restock. The goal is to do that 1 week, possibly the week of the 10th. It depends on the speed of things getting to the warehouse and getting received.
I thought it was the 18th, wasn't it?
For a reserve release.
Got it.
Yeah.
I thought it was the 18th and 25th, but I'm making that up, I guess.
Well, I think that's also when we were told that the boat was going to land on the 5th instead of the 20th.
A week later, yeah.
The boat landed a week early, so.
Woo!
Who knows? As soon as we have those dates, we'll be sending out an email with those dates and that plan and everything.
Hey, that's why you should join the mailing list.
That's why you should join the mailing list, yeah. We also post updates on the forums and Discord and stuff, but and here every week. Yeah, so it's only a couple sets. But if you click on the restock tab at the top of the site, it'll take you to a list of like everything that's being restocked through November, and then in the filters on the left, you can use those filters to just look at the stuff that's in the October regular restock, November regular restock, or the October reserve release. The reserve release is going to happen a week after the regular restock. So everything that was in that regular restock should still be there in plenty of numbers. So if you're overseas or something and you don't want to spend more on, if you don't want to ship twice, you should be able to just wait and include those things from the regular restock in your reserve release order. I think the reserve release has literally hundreds of things in it this time. A reserve release, if you haven't been around for one before, is basically, we haven't ordered new sets from the factory. This is us saying like, okay, the sets that we were holding on to for replacements and stuff like that, we're going to free some of them up because it's been a while since we sold them. We don't think we need them for replacements anymore.
We always have a reserve of a few of each set in case that happens. In this case, we're trying to retire some of these older sets, so we're clearing them out completely. These are the last in existence. A lot of this stuff, that's it. Yeah. They will be retired, and we won't.
That's one of the that's one of the biggest things is we have like over 1,000 listings on our store, and several hundreds of those are things that aren't feasible for us to actually print again for numerous reasons. So we're going to finally actually officially be retiring a lot of those things so that people won't be waiting for them for years, wondering why they're not getting restocked.
It's not all cluttered up with everything sold out.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll get pages full of things that are like, this stuff not only is out of stock, it's never coming back, and it's getting in the way of the stuff that we actually are going to be making. So that reserve release will feature the last chance to get a lot of those sets. It doesn't mean we're retiring pieces necessarily, and we will have a retirement tag for the sets we're retiring, so you can actually still view them in like an archive section, but they will no longer show up by default when you're browsing the store. You'll have to like specifically go to like look at the retired sets basically.
And we'll have a collection up so you can wish list the ones you're excited for.
Yeah.
So the second it goes live, you can go in and add all the cart and get out quick before it's sold out.
Yeah. So we'll have information about what exactly is being retired and everything. That we will have that out by the time that it comes around. We're just finalizing some of that stuff right now, but we've been going through literally a list of like over 500 sets, like marking like is there anything in here that we actually need to hold on to and stuff like that. It's pretty time consuming, but it should make the store a lot easier to browse.
We've been trying to do this for years, and finally it's happening.
And then there's going to be another restock coming in November that is going to have like more stuff. Yeah.
And then no more restock until March or something, right? The Wildlands one won't land. Maybe they're going to try and get it out before Chinese New Year, and then...
Yeah. Just it depends on the factories, like...
Yep.
Depends on when they can do it, what their speed's looking like. Yeah.
But then we'll have the reliquaries will go up in the web store once everything, maybe it's Thanksgiving if we get all this stuff out.
It's not clear whether that'll be before or after the regular restock, just because we don't have the timing on when that container's landing yet. But looking very likely that the reliquaries will hit the store before Thanksgiving, so they'll be there for the holidays. Woo-hoo. And speaking of which, we're also going to be doing another holiday collection this year.
You want to tell them what you discovered today?
Yeah, so as part of one of the things I've been wanting to do as we've moved into this kind of new wave of using bundles. New wave. Is, we did build of the month, and we stopped doing them for a couple of reasons. One of the biggest ones was it was a lot of work to do for a product that we were then going to retire after a couple weeks.
Or we'd just run out, we'd sell 30 of them and then ran out.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, that was it.
But some of those bundles are really cool. So I've been looking through and waiting, and I'm planning to bring back some of the builds of the month that we have the stock for that makes sense to have as permanent bundles. So we're going to have that as part of like the holiday gift guide. We're going to like debut them there.
You should take bets. What are the two coming back?
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
And then we'll have like some other selections. We'll just put together like a nice little holiday gift guide for December. I don't know. Maybe we'll make a cute little Santa video. I don't know. We'll see. I think that's all the store events at the end of the year. So we have like 5 different store events happening by the end of the year. But yeah, while we're in crunch for the Kickstarter.
Speaking of which, we're going to tell you the launch date for Cities Untold next week.
Yes.
That's the news that it's coming. I think we'll announce it next week. We're finalizing this week, assuming we lock that down. We'll let you know next week.
Yes.
Coming soon, TM.
Yeah, and then the only other bit of news that I've got before we actually dive into looking at the city's pieces is friends over at Strata Miniatures launched a Kickstarter in collaboration with the Dark Dice podcast, which is a very excellent actual play podcast series. It's got Jeff Goldblum in it.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah. And they're doing a series of miniatures based off of the Dark Dice characters, including Jeff Goldblum's character, so it's just got his face on it and everything. And Strata does like really
just Jeff Goldblum with a cloak. And
yeah, it's really funny, and he's got his smirk and everything. And he's and it's very high quality work. Strata does like they did the wheelchair minis, and they just do like really intensely detailed work, like very nice minis.
They're awesome.
And they did all their beauty dioramas to show off the minis on our Wildlands swamp terrain. So even if you're not in the market for the minis, it might be fun to check out just for like the diorama.
Pictures.
They're really good at shooting dioramas. Yeah. So that's like Kickstarter. It's a short campaign. I think they're only running it for like 9 days or something. And we're actually planning to have Lee from Strata on next week.
Yeah.
To talk about kind of the process behind designing miniatures, what this stuff's like, as well as potentially talking about building 4 dioramas. And because I know some people like really doing miniature photography and stuff like that.
Some people do.
Some people.
Charles, we're looking at you.
He's here, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I just looked at him. I just gave him I gave him the stink eye in the front row there. So,
yeah.
You know, one of the at Gen Con, I did the Great Gooey game show. And one of the best things was Paul Hofstetler was in like the front row. I guess he was the second row, but he loud enough that he felt like he was in the front row, just like screaming his head off, going nuts. And it was like the best part of the thing was like physically having an audience there, and then it was like just dynamite. So I wish we could somehow have all these people physically here in the Dwarven Forge studio.
There's barely enough room for us.
Yeah, these are facts. But
okay, yeah. The whiteboard behind me isn't a cities beam. It's literally just the layout for our lighting grid.
Yeah.
There's no
A6 and
there's no Kickstarter.
And,
They posted it in the Discord, like
they're trying to
zooming in, they're trying to figure out picking these beams in there. No, this is that's the lighting. That's the lighting board for all the lights we have hung up and everything.
See, we should.
Yeah. It's very funny though.
Is this a bad plan? Yeah. See up there, we got all these.
Yeah, that's just some of it. Show us the lighting board. This is
run by a little board.
Lighting board and then soundboard beneath it. So I run all that stuff from here. Sounds like propaganda deflection to me. Yeah, well, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, NPC Charles would go nuts in here.
Probably. God, it'd be fun to just like. We'll talk after. Okay. Is lighting board code for modular ships?
Yes. Slider A.
The lighting board is actually a new lighting device we're making with Cities Untold.
Yeah, you thought the light puck was extravagant.
We actually
see our $3,000 light board.
This is actually a prototype. This over here. Yeah, we're planning to ship this out. Yeah.
Oh, I can't even. You can connect 9 light pucks all at the same time and control them on this light board. Yeah.
Put them on sliders.
You won't be able to actually DM your session, but you can have a heck of a light show.
Yeah, you won't be able to
hook the fogger in too, right? You can like. Yeah.
Perfect.
But it all fits in the modular ship, so you can take it to go. DJ on the run.
Are we ready to stop stalling and just get
into cities? Okay. Let's do it.
All right.
Wait, was that all the news? Did we get everything?
It was pretty short. It's basically just like everything that this container means for the store, and then Dark Dice. By the way, they're almost like when I started the stream, they were like within a couple $100s of funding. Like they were very close to funding. So hey, maybe they'll we'll show one of our own minis if they fund before the end of the stream.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
They're floating around in here. I don't remember which ones we've shown before or not. So
I do.
Well, good.
I got them all up here.
Keep us honest.
I know which ones have been on here. I know which ones have been in the hobby hang. Yeah. Which ones have been in
You're
emails.
like a walking Rolodex.
Yeah. All right.
Slowly working through it. All right. Cities Untold. Oh, we should have the logo. We could just like.
Do you want me to make a animation? Do you want me
right
to?
Now.
Do you want me to use the Cities Untold logo, but then just make it like
and just manually just scale it with the,
explosions everywhere? Just manually.
Yeah. All right.
Like the Wayne's World like. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. See, I like this when you make references that I can understand, right? Something.
Wayne's World. Wayne's World is like on the
90s,
outer edge of what you remember.
Yeah, that
Wayne's World's like the newest thing you've seen.
I mean, that movie was what?
It was in the 90s.
Yeah.
I think. It wasn't 80s, was it?
No, I don't know. But yeah, that Wayne's World was right in my sweet spot of when I actually saw some television. Yeah, knew what was going on before the internet existed. It was great. All right, so Cities Untold, our next Kickstarter, launching sometime in the future, to be announced next week. We are going back into the city. It's been how many years since when did we do the first Cities Kickstarter?
2015, 2016. It's been at least 6 years.
Wow. So we're going back. We're finally returning to the city, and we're cleaning up the mess we left there.
Funded April 2015.
Wow.
It's been 7.5 years.
Wow. So it's very exciting to go back into the city. We're adding some new stuff, and we're approaching it a little differently. Some of this will be, I'll give the same sort of disclaimer we give every time we do this. So if you've seen all of these, sorry, there'll be 5 minutes of repetition, but then we'll get in. Hopefully we'll show you some new stuff tonight. The first big, hard disclaimer. Everything you see here is, these are prototypes. Things will change. Things have already changed, right? We showed you some ashlar paint several months ago. It has changed. It's changed again. We'll show you the latest and greatest. This last change was like a 10% change versus the other one was like a 100% change. But
yeah, that was the main thing. The one we sent out in the email like last month was a huge turnaround. Since then, it's basically just like tweaking that idea.
But it shows you stuff will change, right? This is we're showing you behind the curtains. We're showing the process. We're showing you, so when you finally see the thing launch, you go, oh yeah, I remember that was there here, or I saw that, the genesis of that, or here, it's cool to see the progress or whatnot. So you're seeing it as it happens, warts and all. There's lots of imperfections. You're going to be seeing hand-cast prototypes, things that are maybe not fully painted. Like there's a bean coming up. Not things that haven't been finished painted, things that aren't done, things that are unpainted. We got, we're going to just show you it's rough. It's as it is. So sometimes you're going to have to use your imagination. Sometimes you're going to have to trust us. Sometimes you're going to have to see where it goes. Some of the stuff will get better. Some of the stuff may get worse. I don't know. But you're seeing the process, and that's sort of the fun of this. So we're showing you kind of what we're thinking, what we're trying, and some things may even just get cut. Like I don't know. Anything could change between now and launch. So that's the big disclaimer. You're looking behind the curtain. This is we'll see how it evolves. So any other disclaimer we need to give, or does that cover it? Right? Just don't hold us to anything.
I should make a custom transition that is the Doom logo like spinning and then spinning back down, and it plays like the Batman 1960s like
now a
like
reference
that.
I can understand.
Just instead of the something from your young adulthood.
My youth.
Yeah, from your youth. Just instead of the bat signal, it's Doom.
It's the Doom signal. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Get on that right now, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, no. I think you nailed the disclaimer.
Well, you just have a disclaimer running under the whole thing. Prototype scene. Not
I could make a ticker if we want one.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
The Doom thing's more fun, and we can use it all the time.
Yeah.
All right. So everything is a work in progress. So that what we're trying to do with Cities Untold is one, we want to introduce some new building materials. We have rustic wood, and which is it's going to be your go-to, right? You're going to use this for everything from farmhouses to thieves guilds to shacks to barns to anything like wood. It's going to be the kind of the dungeon of the dungeon of the city, right? I think you're going to use this stuff all the time. Like rustic wood is going to be it's going to be everywhere.
It's the one that makes the most sense to just get a ton of.
Yep, you're going to use it everywhere. Then we have and we have to take apart a building. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to have ashlar, which is our fancy stone, which you will use for fancy stone buildings like guild houses and vampire mansions and wizard labs and libraries and temples and town halls and cathedrals and any sort of big fancy building like. In addition to those, we have a little bit of we're going to add a little bit to our original Fieldstone and Tudor, and by a little bit I mean like a little bit. Like sort of, we had a more robust plan for stuff, and a bunch of those pieces are falling by the wayside, and we're focusing a lot on the new stuff. But there will be some expansion bits for the original city stuff, and then we have a whole bunch of toolboxes of new pieces, such as a modular roof system. So you'll have 2x2 bits that you can use to build a whole bunch of different shapes roofs, and those will work with the old buildings and with the new buildings. We have a scaffolding system that can be used for docks, for scaffolding, for forts, for mezzanines, for boardwalks, for all sorts of stuff. We talked a lot about it. We have yet to show it, but it's gonna be a big hit on this thing. We're gonna have a 1-inch rise system, part of which is this seawall. This is a 1-inch high, so everything will be 1-inch high. This is kind of an anomaly in the system, but fundamentally a 1-inch rise system will let you do a little bit of 1-inch elevation, which is a new increment of height for us. We have freestanding wooden walls system that you can use for interior walls, or you can use for fences or whatnot. We're going to have I didn't bring it out, we don't have them yet, courtyard wall system for stone walls. We're going to have, systems like that. Lots and lots of dressing, right? All sorts of fun bits, decor that you can use to decorate anything from your city to your castle to your dungeon to your whatever, as well as a few miniatures. We have a batch of non-human townsfolk, such as this dragonborn, and I think does that cover kind of our what the general offer is?
I think so.
Dressing, lots of dressing. It's going to be lots of dressing, lots of systems. Oh, and new surface layer stuff, and we'll talk about that tonight. Textured battle boards, new terrain trays, cool stuff to build on top of.
Yes. Yeah, that was the big focus of the email today was surface layers, because we're doing a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, Jeffrey, there's gonna be way more than 2 or 3 tiles for the 1-inch elevation system.
4. There'll be 4 tiles, Jeffrey.
Yes.
We have 4 things. Yeah. We'll see. We'll show you as we. There's gonna be we've had this log jam of prototypes. There's all these sculpts that are done that we haven't yet made it out through paint, and there's gonna at some point the levee is going to break, and we're gonna be drowned in new pieces. We haven't really shown a lot of new pieces. It's been drip, 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 1 or 2 at a time. It's just gonna be dozens.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
We're finally at the point where we're actually getting new pieces cast pretty often.
Daily now. It's gonna be wild. The next few weeks will be live. Next month's deep dive will have a lot of fresh beans. So that's kind of generally what we're putting together in the offer. Our guiding principles on this are: 1, we want to break the box, right? Which we still have yet to really demonstrate, right? We've been talking about it, we haven't demonstrated it yet. We want things to not just be square buildings. We have the first glimpse of a couple of those pieces that are going to be doing that tonight, but in the weeks to come, you'll start seeing stuff that's breaking off. Like the original City Builder was just all these square 4x4 buildings in various iterations. We're trying to break that box. We're focusing a lot on scatter style building, where your buildings are on top of a base rather than inline. Of course, we're going to have inline options. We showed a couple of sculpts in the email today that Eli just finished off of some cool sculpted ground options, grass and dirt. So there's going to be sculpted options, there will be flat options, but fundamentally we're trying to build the way you see most people build out on the table, which generally you're building your buildings on top of something flat because you want them to be kind of free and loose, and they don't want to be on a perfect 1-inch grid. They want to kind of be a little more organic. So we're kind of focused most of our efforts towards that, but there will be plenty of options for people who want to build inline, as well as you can do hybrids and yada yada. Elevation is a big thing for us. We want to have a lot of Z-axis playable stuff on the roofs, multi-levels, balconies, mezzanines, multi-level scaffolding, stuff like the 1-inch rise system. A lot of verticality, right? The whole fun of 3-dimensional terrain is that it's 3-dimensional. You can go up, so lots of verticality. Lots of dressing. What are the other guiding principles? We go through it each month. Anybody? What else did I forget?
See, we said elevation. We said break the box.
Character. Yeah. New materials. Expand on the old materials. Yeah. All right. So then the other big thing is that we're going for the offer itself. We're attempting it. We haven't actually executed it yet, but the intention is a kind of modular pledges. So we're putting together a series of sets that are kind of universal, right? So walls and corner posts, or floors, walls and corner posts, roofs in different packs, dressings in different packs. It's something you can then combine. You could take, all right, these 2 wall packs, these 2 floor packs, this roof pack, this dressing pack, and I can make an inn, whatever. So the idea is that the pledges are going to be bundled up. So you could, let's say for a $250 pledge, we could say, hey, you could get this sample building, this inn, or you could get this shrine, Ashlar shrine, that's these 6 different sets, not those 7 sets. Or you can just go a la carte with that $250. So the idea is that all the pledges are going to essentially be a build your own pledge. So you can you go for the $250 pledge, you can pick whatever sets you want for $250, or you can get any of our sort of pre-made bundle options, which will generally probably have a little bit of a discount baked into them. But the idea is we're going to hopefully there'll be less pledges, so we don't have to have 1,000 different options, and they're all build your own. And best of all, you're going to be able to choose your flavor of stretch goals. So we're aiming for 4 flavors of stretch goals: wood building stretch goals, ashlar building stretch goals, low town dressing stretch goals, and high town dressing stretch goals. And there will be different tiers of them, so you'll be eligible for a certain number of boxes of stretch goals, and you'll be able to choose your flavor for each of those boxes from the 4 flavors. With the idea being, we don't know what you're coming into, right? You may already have a whole bunch of cities from the original cities and are only here for the dressing, so you don't care about having some pieces of wood building, so you're just here for the dressing, so you just want to get stretch goals that go with your dressing you're getting. Maybe you don't have anything, you're getting everything, so you want all the different flavors. Maybe you're just getting wood, so you just want to get wood building stuff. Or maybe you're just getting wood, but you don't want more wood buildings, you want to have dressings, or maybe you want to mix and match or whatever. But the idea is we want everybody to be able to participate in the stretch goals. So all the pledges basically are build your own, so you can either get pre-made bundles or get whatever you want, and then you get to choose your stretch goals. So everybody gets stretch goals, everybody gets choice, and hopefully you can get all of your money that you're spending towards things that you're excited about, right? We want to get this stuff onto your table, so hopefully you can tailor your pledge. Obviously, it's not a la carte, so it can't be 100% tailored, but generally we're hoping we'll let people really kind of tailor their pledge to their specific needs, get what they're excited about, and get some cool stretch goals.
Yeah.
Is that some of the offer?
Yeah, and there will be, like, if you're the kind of person who does just want to, like, click and say, like, just give me everything, we are still going to have, like, stuff like that.
If you want to get the bazillion-dollar pledge and you don't want to pick out sets or whatever, you can get the bazillion-dollar pledge and choose, I want the city, and right, it's got the whole kit and caboodle. It's got these 6 awesome buildings and these 4 little buildings and this whatever. We'll give you all of the pledges will have pre-made options that you'll be able to just pick. You say, hey, I'm at the $250 level. I really like the Broken Bottle Tavern. Click, you get that, and you don't have to think about it.
Yeah, basically.
Or you can a la carte it, or you can start with that and say, hey, you know what, I'd like the 4 of those 6 sets, but I want to change 2 of these ones and do that, and tailor it to your needs.
Yeah, basically we are still going to have, like, things that are like the all-in or the encounters of the past. It's just that they're not going to be entirely unique compositions anymore with, like, chase pieces and stuff inside them. They're going to be made up of existing packs. So the benefit to getting them is not having to, like, spreadsheet out and figure out, like, all the stuff you want to get, and you get a discount for it. But, like, you don't have to get a specific pledge to make sure you get, like, this cool statue or this special wall or something. No chase pieces.
You can get the pack that has the cool statue in it a la carte if you want, or whatever.
Yeah. Nothing Kickstarter exclusive?
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, here's what's Kickstarter exclusive. All of it. Like, we don't know what's, we generally can't, kind of all, actually, every time except for maybe the first Kickstarter, we've never been able to fully restock all of the sets that we offer in a Kickstarter. So, having all the selection, all the sets, all the choices, all the whatever stretch goal choices, all this stuff is exclusive to the Kickstarter. Like, we're not going to be able to have this level of granularity and choice and options past the Kickstarter. So that's the parts that exclusive.
If what you mean is nothing like the marble stuff or the jade of the past, yeah, we're not doing stuff like that.
We regret the marble, right? Like
Yeah.
it was such an awesome thing, and doing it as a limited edition thing for the Kickstarter was a mistake, because now there's people who are joining now and are like, oh man, that white marble was gorgeous. We wish we could have gotten it, and we can't do it. We said it was a limited edition just for the Kickstarter, and we can't change that. So we've learned our lesson on limited edition stuff, Kickstarter exclusive. It's just not worth. These things are hard and expensive to make. If we're going to make a thing, we want to be able to make it in perpetuity.
What about off-white marble? We're actually tonight we're going to announce
lightly beige marble,
skeleton bone marble.
Yeah,
just Steel Reaper's
Blanco marble.
Marble Blanc.
Yeah, it's the new the new unlimited edition.
We're gonna just make like a marble in every other color. We're gonna introduce the Marble cinematic universe.
Oof.
Yeah.
So, all right. Any questions about the overall overarching plan for Cities Untold before we look at some pieces and deeper dive?
Let's see. Generally, there are key items everyone wants or needs after the Kickstarter. Will there be opportunities for special packs of those pieces to be created in big enough numbers?
I don't know.
We're trying to design this in a way where we want to prevent ourselves from getting like caught on like, oh man, this really great piece is stuck in this pack that makes no sense after the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
We're trying to prepare this whole thing as though it's a store product, entirely with packs that make sense as store products, so that hopefully we'll be able to at least keep all of the building pieces in. There might be like some like big set pieces where just like the nature of them is it's hard to do a second print run.
It's hard to know until, like, we're not really going to know until we're through production, kind of where the snags are, or where the weak spots are, or where the, what quantities are weird, I don't know, because we have to figure out what pieces are in which molds, or there's a lot of factors, so we're not going to know how it's all going to go. But obviously, we want to give you guys the pieces you're excited about, and we want to be able to restock those pieces and whatever. Like we'd like to do that with all of our stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's challenges with it. We'll see. But back to Kickstarter, that's the way to guarantee that you can get all the stuff you want.
Yeah. Wildlands was a step in the right direction, but we could improve on it. And
also,
we're trying to.
The other challenge with Wildlands is we have a lot of big, beefy pieces in there that are hard. Like, some of those huge escarpments and stuff. Some of that stuff is hard. Like, those are hard to do.
That is
restock numbers on some of these. Like,
that is the nicer thing about Cities pieces is the nature of putting a building together requires higher
these
multiples.
Are small. This is not a huge beefy escarpment.
Yeah, the nature of cities requires having more multiples of smaller pieces than when you're making a massive forest or mountain. So, yeah.
I agree. All right. Any more questions on the general approach before we look at some stuff?
No ruins.
There are no ruins.
Yeah.
Yeah. We originally
did not have space.
We had a lot of ideas early on. One of the ideas was we would expand the Archaean arches from Wildlands. We were like, well, we could do the unruined version of them, but that ended up dying, and so we drove. I don't know.
There is so much we're doing in this Kickstarter that you haven't even seen yet. It's just we're making so many things that a lot of stuff had to get cut because we had so many ideas.
But I'll tell you what, ruins are in the future. I don't know when, but the world in ruins, everything's ruins. Oops, all ruins Kickstarter at some point.
Yeah.
Like,
whenever there's something cool that we aren't doing in this Kickstarter, it's not because we don't want to do it. It's because we had to keep the scope reasonable.
We were trying to make, a robust general toolbox for city building, right? So it ended up being a lot of stuff between the scaffolding and the courtyard walls and the interior walls and the roofs and the 1-inch rise, whatever. Like, it eats up a lot of pieces to have these grand toolboxes. And then you throw in all the decor and some minis and some surface layer stuff and the actual ashlar and wood, which themselves ate up a whole bunch of pieces and whatever. it's already too much.
Yeah.
But I think you will be pleasantly pleased by the by what we've done. We're really excited by what we're putting together, and we're not done yet. So I don't know where it could all go from here.
The freestanding interior walls, they're large enough for magnets, right? They'll have magnets?
They are intended to have a magnet in the foot.
Cool.
As I recall, right? So this is wind.
The goal is like getting
whites.
like this system and then terrain trays should be like a very cost-effective way to be able to make like building interiors very quickly.
So the idea is that you'd be able to we'll have a little that's the top. We have a little magnet in the foot down there. And then I think we're going to try and put a little tiny magnet metal on the top to help hold them together if you're freestanding straights, like if you're doing straight lines.
So not sewer setup. Yeah, if we had done sewers,
look at that white stick.
A couple projects later, they would have magnets. It's just sewers were done before we were doing magnets, but they could have used them.
Oh yeah, sewers, because it's so fiddly, it would have been.
Yeah. We
were gonna originally expand sewers in this, and then there wasn't room. They're gonna be their own. They'll be in something at some point. Yeah. These guys are gonna be. These are really fun to play with. You can make fences, you can make little barricades, you can put them, this is 2 inches wide, so it fits in your, like, block a dungeon hallway off.
Yeah, you can drop them in, like, any interior environment and still make a...
You can put them in your castle.
Yeah.
You can put them, whatever. We'll have, ignore the white stick, we haven't put hinges on these yet, but...
Yeah.
This guy, where is it?
Catacombs, sewers, and modular ships. Right, we're gonna size the ships so they can sail down the sluices
sewer
and the
barges,
sewers. Sewer barges.
Riders.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What should we look at first?
Well, your table's full of stuff, so let's just pick something and get going.
Okay. I don't know if the people had requests.
Oh well, yeah. If you guys have requests, shout them out.
You
got to be loud though for me to hear you from there.
What do we got? What's the
Battle boards.
Okay, we're not going to do the battle board first because it's under all this stuff. So let me disassemble the stuff.
That's the only prototype we have like that currently, and he buried it.
Oh, and I need to get an actual battle board from it. So we'll do that.
Everybody is shouting battle boards.
All right. Okay, so it's the roof.
Roof.
Okay, yeah.
RG Dice Boutique wants to see the windows.
Oh, because here, yes. All right.
That bottle-shaped building.
The
bottle-shaped building.
Oh,
he's talking about your. Cider.
This is a special handmade.
It's resin.
All right. So roofs. And we're so dangerously close to having fully functional, but we have a modular roof system that's going to be offered in 2 colors. Do you have the same color? Oh yeah. There's going to be a dark color and a green color. The dark is a little more weathered. Could be good for old barns and warehouses and sheds, or if you just want to kind of evil up your men or whatever.
When you put it on an ashlar, it looks more like a strawed building than a...
Yeah. Or you put on the wood and it looks more like a stable or a farmhouse. Whatever, the green is a little more lively and colorful. And these were designed to work really nicely with the existing Tudor and slate, terracotta and slate. So if you have the old roofs and the new roofs, you have a really interesting tableau that you can, your city is going to look like just a beautiful city. Plus, we may have a thatched roof with a fogger that we're going to show soon, at some point. Toby did the bulk of these, or all of these. They have slate, striated slate, these kind of hexagonal shingles, which were...
Let me get in closer on this so we can see the texture.
And this is actually this was the test sculpt. This isn't even the final. This isn't the final sculpt. We still don't have the finals out here, but we'll get there. So they're hexagonal, so they have these little diagonals at the bottom, and we were supposed to look at the windows, but I forgot. Sorry, so they're when you have an inside corner like this, they need to be able to butt together. So that's why the corners had to be an angle. So we embraced that shape and made all the slates that shape. They are going to, once again, these aren't the final sculpts, so the sides aren't done and whatever. We were testing to see which side was going to work and whatever. But fundamentally, there's a straight, there's a hip, there is a valley, and then there's a 2-inch peak, which we don't have, that lets you bridge between two of these. Bump. And there is here's a sample of there's a diagonal hip, which is going to be crucial for diagonals. Lets you do that sort of a situation. As well as a shed, which we'll show when we get there. But basically, with these pieces, you're going to be able to make a variety of shapes. So you can see up here, let me pop these guys off. Bump, bump, bump. Now you get, right, so you can sort of see, maybe you can't because I'm not rotating around, but we got a valley in here, a couple of straights, a couple of hips, do a curve. You can do four hips to make like a sort of classic tower roof style. You could put 4 straights together to give you sort of like our old roof style. We have these really nice, let me go get the samples. We have Rake Soffits and Soffit peaks that we've done, so you can give an edge and an overhang, so you can break up visual. We're trying to break up the silhouette, right? So you can have a really cool skyline that has variety out of it.
Let's see. Yeah, these roofs will be magnetic, so they can take the magnetic chimneys.
What the?
Hope there are going to be some heavy-duty magnets in there. So they're not going to magnetize together because the force on them, it's a shearing force, which magnets isn't great with. They're going to peg together.
They're going to biscuit. Oh, I need to get
biscuit together. Yeah. Oh yeah, biscuits. We should demo the biscuits.
Yeah. Well, yes, I have.
We don't have roofs with the biscuit holes yet. Once we do, we can do so much cool stuff.
So the roofs are going to be held together by flat pegs. We'll show the flat peg system in a moment. So there's going to be a series of soffits, which are a little overhang, and these are unpainted. Whatever, but the idea is they will pop on like yay to give you overhang and style change. We got a couple of different ones of these, as well as peaks. We will demonstrate soon. So you'll be able to have, basically without having a ton of pieces, you'll be able to have a lot of visual variety on your roofs and give some pretty cool style to them. The other bit, we'll talk about, we got some ridge things we're working on, Widow's Walk, using the scaffolding basically as Widow's Walk, chimneys, all sorts of fun ways to make the roofs lively. Not quite there yet, but they're being cast up like a storm as we speak. But I'll show you let me grab I forgot to bring the biscuits in. I'll show the flat pegs, how these are going to attach. I don't know how I forgot flat pegs.
Yes, there will be new chimneys.
Woo!
We're going to have new chimneys, don't worry. We need chimneys that work with the new buildings. Let's see.
Did I lose?
Show some of the larger roof configurations. We can't, once we have the peg holes in them, the biscuit holes in them, we'll be able to actually get them to stick together right. Right now they're held together with white stick and dreams, so they don't function the way they're supposed to. Once they have the biscuit holes, we'll be able to actually make all these really wild shapes. And we almost have.
All right.
We're getting very close to having all the regular building floors and shapes with biscuit holes, and then we'll be able to show you breaking the box for real.
Well, that's the thing that's been killing us, is waiting for all this engineering, because we have to basically put all these biscuit holes in all these things. So we have, we're doing a biscuit joiner system with a little flat peg. It's like this little ribbed piece of plastic of ABS that'll fit into these holes. These holes, you'll notice, are wider than the flat pegs. That is so you can put your paired pegs in there. So these are, we made them extra large with little, basically they have circles on either side so they can take the paired pegs, so they'd be backwards compatible, so you could use any of your stuff with paired pegs, like the suspension bridge or the stuff from Wildlands, to attach to these also. So we'd have full options, full building options. So the idea is you put those in and you click them together. Oh man, they may never come apart again. Okay. And this is, this basically will let you join a variety of pieces from floors to roofs, whatever it like. And then the idea is you'll be able to build floors out and lift them up all at once. You can lift off the second story to get into the first floor, or with the roofs, like you would be able to build segments of the roof together and then lift it off as one big chunk to reveal, right? So you'll be able to sort of biscuit all this stuff together, lift it off, and it'll hold it in place and whatnot. So I think it's going to open up a whole bunch of wonderful building options, being able to cantilever stuff and have stuff supported on multi-levels. Of course, you don't have to biscuit stuff together. You can just do it the old-fashioned gravity way. And you also can, what I think is going to happen a lot is like with stuff with roofs, like if you had something like this, you would probably, you'd biscuit together shapes that you're going to use all the time and just sort of leave it like that, right? So this would, you'd leave this roof stuck together, or you'd leave, a section of things that you can use all the time together. So it's a general overview of the roof. So let me show the new, we've got a couple of fun things. So is this guy on? No. I think we've shown this before.
The floors are going to have magnets in the bottom, yeah.
Yes, we're going to have anchor magnets. In fact, you can see on this guy the ports for where the anchor magnets are going to go.
Yeah.
We do love ourselves anchor magnets. We have, oh man, I put this whole thing together. Where?
Could the roof and floor biscuit together? Yes, that's how you make attics.
Oh yeah.
That's how you make attic rooms.
You can, and that's the beauty of it, right? Anything that has a biscuit hole, you can biscuit anything. Mm-hmm. We have a little magnetic gable piece, not gable, or it's a dormer window rather. Mm-hmm. It's going like this. It's going to take window inserts, and we're going to have, I don't know if you can see in there, the lattice, or we're going to have some inserts for our rectangular windows. So in this case, it's like this nice little yellow lattice that will give some, like a window pane character to the windows, which is going to be, I think it's going to be a game changer, right? So it'll let you have, so in this case, we're putting it in the dormer, but you can put it in all of your windows. So even if you don't have dressing, like...
Will there be just a dormer pack? I think it's pretty likely that we'll have a pack of dormers, right?
So you could put, take all those empty windows and put something in there that just gives it a lot of character, a lot of color, and boom. Yeah, I don't know how, I don't know if it's going to be a pack of just dormers, or it might be a dormer and a perch, and it'll be some like roof accessories, or maybe it's just dormers. I don't know. We'll see how it all pans out. But the idea is then you'll be able to swap out your inserts, so you can use the old inserts, the new inserts, whatever. Give even more character to this. So it should gonna be. I think this is gonna be just a general crowd favorite. I think the little dormer is. Guy is just awesome, right? Who doesn't want that little flickering light in your attic? It's like, woo. The roof. Oh yeah, this was the other big one. So, and I think we showed it. I have them over here. Can we see it back here? I really didn't. I did not plan this build for a camera so well. All right, so this is...
What are you trying to show?
The cupola. So we have a cupola piece that we showed the mock...
Francis Ford.
Yeah. How did I lose it? It's right here. I got this. Oh, here we go. So, I don't have the trapdoor. Yeah. Man, have I ever been actually prepared for this show?
No.
I mean, it's not like it's our...
Storm so well the other way up could be an LED chimney with a proper insert.
Oh. I think we showed casting of this.
That doesn't quite work.
What were they trying to do?
Finley was wondering if it could sit the other way up and then use an insert to make it a chimney.
Huh.
I think the problem is it gets wide at the bottom, whereas the roof's getting narrow at the top.
And the scales, the shingles are going the wrong way.
Yeah, like it doesn't quite look right.
You could do it. Could do something. No.
Can you swap the peaked roofs on the fancy stone and wood building?
Swap the roof?
Yeah, I think he just wants to see the different color combinations.
Dun, dun, dun. I'll put this back for a sec, and then I'll show you. All right, so this guy, I think we showed you the. Oh man, I'll never get that. So this is a cupola piece.
We did show this last month,
right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is a first pass on the paint. So there'll be obviously two versions: one with the dark shingles and one with the light. It takes the not quite fit yet, but it's going to take the small trapdoor. We have a new small trapdoor in the works that Toby is working on as we speak. So you'll be able to get some new small trapdoors in your mix. This will have biscuit holes all around, so you'll be able to attach bridges or catwalks or whatnot to it, as well as it'll have four corner post holes in there. So the idea with this thing is you can pop it on to your roof and then convert yourself up to building. So you'll be able to use, if you want, you can use the biscuit holes to attach, like imagine it's the scaffolding, you'll be able to use it to attach scaffolding out and do scaffolding runs on your roof, or bridge runs off it or whatever. You'll be able to, imagine if you were, imagine these, it has holes in it, right? So you could put your corner posts, boom, 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 in there and build a little room like we've got. Let's see.
You can put the narrow walls in there.
Yeah, you can go put your, wait, let's go back. Right, so you have to use imagination here at this point because these are all upside down. But fundamentally, imagine these are going in with corner posts. You can build a little room up there. We have the 2-inch peak piece will fit over that. Which wait, we'll get the wait, one more. It's a good thing we're here and can just grab all the pieces.
Seagulls are we riot? I'm sure we can work that into the plan. All right, and we were talking about bringing the runes back if we had space, but I guess we can prioritize a seagull instead.
Not yet painted, but you have to imagine. I have to tear these corner posts have posts on it, but you could put this little guy on top. Boop, if you want, or you could just go right on here and do like a simple cupola. Like you could also use this to bridge if you're doing a build.
Cattails before seagulls.
You're doing like that. You can use it if you're doing odd number, like a 3 roofs instead of 4 roofs. And then, as noted by, it was Arthur Wright, right? The Arthur of Gaming.
I think so, yeah.
He was noted that you can fit the square, what is a cathedral roof, whatever, from our original cities will also fit on there. So we're looking at maybe reprinting and doing a alternate paint on this, so it'll all jive together. But it's pretty neat, right? Like that was the nice thing about working with regular geometry numbers is you get things like this. This is from 7 years ago, but it fits exactly because we made it 2 inches. So this cupola piece is going to open up lots of building possibilities. Very excited for this guy. I think that's all we have to show on roofs. We don't have the chimney yet. We don't have, are there questions?
Yeah, are we planning on having a magnetic narrow wall? So you can put magnetic accessories on the narrows? Okay.
We're not currently planning the magnetic. We have a straight, a window, and a door in each flavor.
Two indoor inches or two outdoor inches? This is all out.
Everything's outdoors.
Yeah, this is all outdoor.
True scale. Yeah, we got a little door, a little window. Any roof questions before we go look at those windows per RG Dice Boutiques?
A crossbow sniper for the clock tower. Everybody keeps shouting bell tower, clock tower, lighthouse.
Well,
will there be a small square widow's walk for the cupola?
There's a cupola. Yeah, we have so the scaffolding, the modular scaffolding, will be able to create a widow's walk. We're very excited. We have the narrow plank that will work really well as widow's walk, as well as we have this killer, the bridge. Oh, I can't wait. I think we showed it in one of the emails. We showed the sculpt, but we don't have the cast yet. It's a 6-inch long curved like rope bridge, rickety, dangerous.
Yeah,
delightful.
we showed months ago. We showed the sculpt.
Oh, I can't wait to. That thing is. We're gonna do. There's gonna be roof shenanigans to just. It's gonna.
Once we have the scaffolds and roofs functioning with biscuits, it's over for you guys. Like we're like
no, we're gonna
once we have those systems to mix with the basic buildings, you're gonna see the stuff that we've been like talking about forever.
I know it's like, this is all talk right now, but just we will soon deliver, and it'll be delightful.
Is the lattice work on the window on the dormer hand painted, or is that part of the sculpt/acrylic sheet?
Check it out.
It's an acrylic, right?
Yeah, this guy will fit. We can use the interior, the freestanding walls for these guys would.
To make it look more rickety.
Yeah. So the idea with these, okay, let's talk about it. You know what? That's a nice transition into the windows and walls. So RG.
You know what would be good to do before the transition?
Give it away. Give it away. Give it away. Give it away.
Give it away now. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's give it away. What's
Is that
the word is RHCP. What's the giveaway word? Is that really we're doing that?
Let's do RHCP. Let's go. RHCP is the giveaway word. $50 Dwarven Forge online store gift card. Does not matter where you live.
And
everybody is eligible.
With Anthony Kiedis.
Was that?
And a date with Anthony Kiedis. We're giving it away.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Well, we should have just made it free. Oh, well. Yeah. That's fine.
It would have been way more fun.
Yeah. Well, RHCP, nobody's going to type that on accident, you know?
Probably not. So $50 gift certificate for everybody. What am I looking for? The other, this. Bump. Look at this.
Sometimes I feel.
Oh man.
What's that? Take you back. Were you into the Chili Peppers?
Yeah, that album was a huge deal, and I was in freshman or sophomore year of high school that came out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen you actively listen to anything outside of metal and fantasy music.
Well, I was grunge was like, and that was obviously not exactly grunge, but it was like
they weren't grunge. Their genre is California.
Yeah, that's it's so dead on. Yeah.
Like I think they literally say that.
Pearl Jam was like the greatest. It's still one of my favorites.
Dude, his voice is wild.
Yeah.
Saw Pearl Jam last week. Nice.
Yeah. They put on an amazing show. I love those guys. Man, I cut that too small. What am I doing?
All right.
Cut this one too big. I'm all over the place. All right. We'll put this one in the thing.
Simultaneous release.
All right. Let's get. Let us. Should we give this thing out? Give it away? Do it?
Oh yeah. Let's roll it. Why not? It's been going for a few minutes. There 107 people have entered. All right, I'm going to roll it in like 20 seconds. This is your last chance. If you have not typed RHCP in chat for a chance to win a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card, type it in now. Just RHCP like everybody else has been doing. And then I'll roll this in like 10 seconds. California, rest in peace.
All right,
let's do it.
Hit it.
And
Big
Deacon
winner.
Dragon.
Congrats, Deacon Dragon!
Let's go.
Woohoo! Congratulations. I hope you buy something cool. Some terrain. All right, so windows. Here's the headliner. And I set up these little lights back here to help cheat.
All right, Deacon Dragon, I just whispered you on Twitch. You should have a little notification. I just need your email, and then I can get the gift card sent to you.
All right, so our plan. Our plan is to have really neat little...
Our plan is to make it good.
It's going to be real good. We're going to have acetate inserts, or I think they're Duralar actually, but we'll see what the final material is. But a translucent, similar to our Phantasmal filters, translucent inserts that we can put into the windows to let you change out some stained glass options. So you can, so you'll be able to change the look and character of your windows by putting in different inserts. And so graphics team has been jamming out some really cool options. So we'll have a nice palette, a nice range of designs, and just like, I think they're going to look really pretty cool. And it lets us do some stuff that would be impossible to do hand painted, because it'll be a little clear or something like this.
If you get them unpainted, stained glass all the same color. Yeah, think of it like the texture. Think of it like the texture patches.
Yeah, there will be a graphic.
Yeah.
There will be a graphic, clear acetate material that you'll be able to insert and swap out.
That's good ASMR. Just like the tap that next to your love.
Look at the balefire. That's got some rigidity to it, a little spice. Yeah. So there's going to be a bunch of these. Janet's been just jamming out some really cool art. I love this balefire.
I love the idea that, like, if you're doing like a long campaign, you can literally change this out and like assign each of these to like a different god in your world or something, and so they can tell just by looking at it like what kind of temple it is and all that.
Also, you can do like this one's just printed out on a piece of paper, right? So you could print some out yourself and just pop stuff in there.
Yeah, it'd be super easy to just like
this is the nice
get the dimensions, make like something that fits it, print it out, cut it out, put it in there. Very easy to customize yourself.
And we'll be encouraging people to put lights inside their things so it'll really glow, right? When you get a light behind it, it's like, oh.
Will they be triangular like that, or rectangular to fit in old windows as well? They're triangular.
These are only going to fit in these windows. However, because we liked it so much, we're going to do some for the wood buildings, those windows. So I don't think those are going to fit in the old buildings, but maybe you'll be able to cut them down and retrofit them. Like and that's the thing for like this. We just slid one in here, right? This is. Can I get it out?
Keep in mind these are all like prototypes we've cast in house and are not factory finished at all.
Stick on the end of my screwdriver. Well, I mean, you can see it from the inside, right? This is like Miles just making magic, whatever. But so like we just put one in there, right? So you take the same one in there, just pop it in. It dresses up your little dormer. Those are the original city's shutters in there. You could this one doesn't quite fit, but yeah, we'll work out the fit and the finish. But
I want only mini Crystal Soli paintings for my stained glass windows. You could scale one down and print it out, and
funny enough. Well, we'll talk about that in a sec. But so anyway, the idea is we'll have a bunch of different inserts for both the styles of windows, so you can basically put panes in there and change the look. We're going to have one that look like they're broken, whatever. So you can change the look and get some cool splashes of color, and they don't have to be just gaping open without any sort of dressing. So it should be, I'm really excited by these the stained glass or just the various window inserts, these window panes.
How do they slide in? How do you put them in?
So we're going to have there will be a slot in the bottom of this that it'll extend basically up till close to the top, probably till about this line, and be a little oversized. So it'll be slightly larger than the window, and it'll slide it in from the bottom, and then you'll just see what's visible in there. And the idea is similar for the. Oh boy, can I get that out? No. These walls are jammed in. Well, the idea it would be similar for these. It would be a slot from the bottom, and this will probably actually be a rectangular or slightly maybe triangular at the top, but size it oversized. Slide it in. Fit behind those mullions. The mullions are. Pop it up. The mullions are actually part of the sculpt, right? So they're. Let me get this. Put hand behind it. There. You see it? Yeah. Mullions are part of the sculpt. And so there's wonderful three-dimensionality to it, and then you'll the slide the pane will be in between the lines. Should look stunning.
Why the bottom and not the top? I think so we don't have like.
So we don't see the slot on the top because there's some nice decorative bit. There's going to be a couple of pieces that are going to have to slot in from the top, but generally we were trying to keep the tops purdy. That's the idea.
Oh, that was a new piece.
Which one?
Just realized we've never shown the floors for Ashlar.
Well, this is the plain.
Because I don't think we have
floor.
Yeah.
And we didn't show the ashlar at length yet, or the wood yet, so we'll look at those in a moment. So any other questions about the inserts?
We got a question from MC Crime Dog.
Oh, it sounds like a plant.
Yeah. Can we do transparent?
The answer is it's hard being this cool, but we do our best. Thanks for asking, Chuck.
He says, can we do transparent templates for all the windows as a download? Don't know why he's asking you here instead of.
Yeah, Slack me, Chuck. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I think he's putting you on the spot in front of the public.
What we could do is we could offer a template, like an Illustrator template or something, or Photoshop template that you could then print out your own.
Just say put your own design here and yeah.
It would be neat, and it would it's going to be. I guess we could have a little dotted line that's the visible area, and then it'll have the shape of the thing because it'll be.
You want it to go a little bit past it.
Yeah, and it's bigger than the thing. So essentially, the thing will be sitting on the insert itself will be sitting on the ground, right? It'll go to the bottom of the piece and go up beyond, and then the visible part will just be what's in the pane. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. We can share window designs. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Good idea, Chuck. We're on it. Janet, get on the horn. Gotta give them some templates. Oh, any other questions on Windows?
Just bought this is different. Just bought a few of the old Advanced Stone Builder sets. Why wasn't there a spacer for the short walls included in those?
Because we just didn't want to make the piece. The spacer was just so we could do this gatehouse gag, and we didn't know if it would work. It wasn't that great in the grand scheme of things. It was okay, but so we wanted to test it out before we went full on spacer madness.
Spacer madness.
Here's another thing we're looking at doing is for the inserts, the original window inserts. So the original cities window inserts were as deep as the window itself.
Yeah, they went all the way through.
So we're looking at doing the new ones like this. This is just an old one, just cut. So it's narrow, so that then you could put the insert in or put the window pane insert and then put a window insert in front of the pane if it'll fit. Prototypes.
Jesus. They don't have the give that Dwarvenite has.
Well, except these windows are Dwarvenite, but I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
There
were some sizing issues and
resin shrinks
in cities. Yeah,
it's just to cue the Well,
I feel like with the window inserts in the original cities, like you're always kind of
like
taking a
fundamentally,
gamble.
is you'd be able to put the inserts in front of the panes, and life works. Life works. Life finds a way.
Petition for double high stained glass window walls featuring Crystal Soli's depictions of dragons, monsters, and gods.
Okay, we'll put that in the hopper.
It's extreme.
Yeah. Crystal did. So here's a funny little a Crystal tiny hidden piece of art fun fact. She did the on the Mountain Horizon D20 from Wildlands. She did the silhouette of the wyvern on the 20 face. We couldn't get the wyvern to look right, so she drew a tiny, tiny miniature silhouette of the wyvern that she'd done the concept art for, so that it would look good on the die. All right, so that was the art thing. Reminded me. I don't know if we've shown this one yet before or not, but speaking of inserts, we got a magnetic picture frame we're gonna do in there that's gonna hang in your wall, and that will take inserts. I don't have any with it, but you could pretend or not yet, but pretend that was like a thing made for it. If you want to have a jailed bat on your thing. The idea is we'll be able to put little put little inserts in there, and another one. Hey, we can give per Chuck. We can give people a template. Right? We'll offer you some options, then we can give you a template so you can print out a map of your campaign, or the treasure map, or the portrait of the villain, or whatever you want. Some Red Hot Chili Peppers lyrics, anything you want to put on your hang in your wall. Does it work? Chris is thinking about it. No. You okay? You went robot. What's going on?
I'm racing through my Chili Peppers lyrics database.
You tried to find a pun.
Trying to find something that'll fit.
Yeah. Something worth framing.
What?
I'm afraid.
Don't
hurt yourself.
Once you start.
Anyway,
once you start decorating your buildings with this dressing, you can't stop.
That was a painful stretch. And so anyway, we have a little picture frame. So it should be good. Give you some neat options. This is a Michelle Magic. This was actually, she did this almost a year ago. I feel like this was this one's been our oldest. All right. Questions for, should we keep plunging on ahead?
People are just excited, it seems.
Yeah, I hope so.
Everybody's just upset at me now.
Yeah.
Give it away now. We already did give it away now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Should we look at Ashlar? This is the latest.
Like we are right now? Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
So the fancy Ashlar stone, is that one finished? I don't know if those stones
look at that nice finished dwarvenite on the bottom of that floor piece there.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
It's rare. You pay extra for the vinyl photos like that. So our fancy Ashlar, this is our latest and greatest revised paint scheme that factory can actually replicate at a price point that should be palatable. We've gone through a bunch of iterations, but here we are. Pretty excited by what Aaron has put together here. I think we finally got to a sweet spot of something that looks weathered and grand and old, but could also skew ominous if we need, or inspiring, or whatnot. So I'm excited to actually build out a big old building with this. But we've got the window walls, we've got the LED walls, we have that's the LED wall again. Where's the plane?
You got one right there. You got one right there.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Don't yell at me. Plain wall. Thor wall. Thor's will have hinges. They're a little oversized right now, so we're not quite there yet. But beautiful doors on hinges. Corner posts have this arabesques on them. Floors ultimately will have biscuit holes, but have this, once again, this sort of all this decorative arabesques all around. Beautiful carved, aged stone. All the floors will have the 2-inch 2x1 insert hole. The idea is that we have an insert for it that'll fit really snug in there. So you can use it as a solid floor, or use it as a stairs floor, or a trapdoor floor, or whatnot. The problem with the original cities was you never had the kind of floor you wanted, right? You either had too many stair holes, or not enough trapdoor holes, or not enough solids, or whatever it was.
Yeah, the droops on the ashlar wall, those are sculpted in. So like for painting those, it's really just you do the base creamish yellow coat, and then you just dry brush over it. As long as you keep the brush high enough, they pop pretty easily.
This was the example we did. I don't know when we did this. We shoved to show that the inserts are going to work. So this is a 2x1 sidewalk piece from the original cities. We're using it as a proxy for the
inserts
that aren't quite ready yet.
I think we literally just printed.
Yeah, they're casting as we speak. But so these will be pressure fit, super sturdy. Will hang out inside your floor, nice and snug, something like that.
So each one of these floors will come with the insert, right?
They'll have an insert, yeah. So the parquet floor will have a parquet insert, and
you can just leave them permanently inserted if you want.
Yeah, and then that way you can also use it as like a secret, right? Your players could discover a thing, and you can say, oh yeah, you know what? You slide it open, and it's a hatch or whatever. We'll have some. Yeah, I think it'll be very utilitarian in all the right ways.
So they fit pretty easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
The nice thing about doing literally a 2x1 cutout like that is so easy to get precise.
A nice clean rectangle. Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Should be good. Ashlar. Oh,
we'll fit the same old stairs too. Yeah, if it's the same. If it's the same stairs.
Unpainted, but we're gonna have. We will have a 4x4 floor. So we're gonna have a 4x4 floor. Turn these guys off. So we're done with glass.
4x4.
A 2x4 floor, which I don't have here. Well, I could show you one of these right with the wood ones. Where'd they go? So basically, each style of floor will have a 4x4 floor, a 2x4 floor, and a 2x2 floor. So you'll be able to build a lot of interesting shapes. This is not painted yet, but this is the 2x2 version of the plain ashlar floor.
I like that we made it in solid copper or whatever that is.
Well, we didn't want to be gaudy and do gold like copper was.
Yeah.
Now this is a special what's it called? No Inhibition Spray by Axe. No, it's for the molding. We were having some problems with our silicone not setting and melt. There's something weird in the air in the shop or something that. So this spray basically guarantees the silicone will set nice and clean and
Axe makes that?
No, but No Inhibition sounds like something that they would make, right?
It's called No Inhibition.
Yeah. The Complete Sculptor makes it. It's like a little tiny the sculpting shop in New York here.
It's a really bizarre name. All right.
Yeah. So anyway, so this thing, been using this stuff. It's been working out nice. So we'll have a 2x2 floor, a 2x4 floor, and a 4x4 floor. So you got a lot of building options. We're gonna have a fancy option and a plain option. Same with the wood. We'll have a fancy and a plain. So you have a lot of varieties of ways to build. We're gonna have some plug options for you if the biscuit holes irk you. So you can pop something in there to dress them up if you want.
So the outsides of your buildings, if you got multi-story buildings, you are able to plug those holes up if you don't want them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can use it for something decorative or interesting. We got a couple of neat options. I'm looking forward to showing you. other ashlar, important ashlar bits. We got windows, we got walls, we haven't shown magnetic here. We got secret doors. We'll talk about those when they're ready.
Secret door.
Yes, secret door. What else on ashlar? Any ashlar questions?
Yeah, we have. Let me find it. It just scrolled off. Stop. All right. I hate. All right, will the corner post and floor just be closer to the wall color? It seems like a pretty big contrast right now.
With the what?
The corner posts and floor edges.
This is we are going for this high contrast. We're going for this high contrast look. We have a lot of things that are all matchy, and the goal here was to sort of lean on the geometry that we have to, like, since the corner posts are going to be separate anyway. We're doing this kind of neat high contrasty thing, which I think is going to look really good, particularly with the big double high walls. But I don't know, because we haven't actually built out. Aaron is in the midst of painting out all the ashlar in the new scheme, so we will see. We'll build it when we get something. We'll see what it looks like.
Yeah, this is one of the paint schemes that we're still playing around with.
Yeah.
Like, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna pop. The goal is to have it pop on the table and look different from all the other stuff we have in the city. Put a door on the roof.
Will the wood corner post be as similar as shown, or also added texture?
The wood will be. I think these are. No, these didn't. These are a bad cast. We don't have the final wood yet, but there'll be something like this. Though you can't see the texture. Will be a little deeper. This didn't cast right. These don't even have pole accessory pegs in them yet because they were bad pole, but we needed something to put on there. But they'll look like the walls and the floors. Right, same nice deep wood grain that Eli goes to great pains to put in all sorts of wood texture. We got the rustic wood is going to be, I think, going to be the big crowd pleaser on this one. You're just going to use it for everything. Look at that back of that window. And we have, oh man, this thing is one of my favorites of all time. We're not hinged yet. We got, let's see if we get in there. The speakeasy door Michelle did with big bars and nasty nails in the back and stuff. It's gonna be great. And we have a more rustic door. We're gonna have none of these have them in it yet, but there's going to be little horizontal pole accessory holes horizontally on the sides of the corner posts that are going to let you attach some bits like the hoist here. It's hanging off the side of the building. I don't know what happened to the hook. It got bent to all hell. But you'll be able to put that on, as well as some skins on your posts and facades. Once again, I'm going to just wait to show you because it's going to just make so much more sense when you actually see it. But got grand schemes there, which we'll soon be able to show. What else do we have? We have. So I don't have the wall for them yet, but I don't know if we've shown these yet or not, or at least not painted. We're gonna have some like barn doors, like weathered double doors. This is in the dungeon. This is the original double door frame, right from the dungeon. So with a little white stick there to hold things on. But look at that latch that Michelle did. It's great. So it'll be these will be great for your warehouse or your stable or your barn or maybe your great hall or whatnot. As well as you can obviously put them in your dungeon or your cave or wherever. But cool barn style doors for our double door system. And right, these are interchangeable for any of our other double doors. So you'll have a ton of options, right? We were actually like going through the list of options that you have for double doors. Like there are a lot of double doors.
And it's really hard to get most of them.
There's that. But yeah, like those snake ones, tough to get. The dragon ones,
I think the easiest way to get double doors is by buying Zoltar's game room.
Yeah, but that only gives you the plain
yes.
dungeon ones. There's snake. There's the ones from the Hellgate that were the crazy demonic ones.
Oh, I guess the
There's the gate.
the Hellscape cave entrance has that double door that's like the demon one.
The demon one.
So that's pretty easy because I think that's in its own pack even.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty easy one to get.
Yeah, but the dragon doors, the vault doors, the snake doors, the ones the dwarven doors from Caverns Deep, the shattered dwarven doors.
There's a lot of really cool doors, and it's very hard to get almost all of them.
The wooden bars one that there's the big stone one piecer. There's like So anyway, we'll have to gather around those up.
We need to restock.
For now, there will be these. We don't have the wall to show you yet, but double doors coming. Big old dungeon door, double doors. America's right. There was a double door pack in the dungeon, but we have not restocked it. So there was a want. Get it while it's hot. Now it's been ice cold. What else do we want to show? Oh, you know what I want to show? We haven't shown these yet, and this is going to be fun because they're in a state of not being quite finished yet. But there is, for breaking the box, imagine, if you will, a diagonal, slightly out of focus. I'm going to pull that. I did not think about demoing. I was kind of put the build together and wasn't thinking about how I was actually going to show stuff on this table, but there we go. Nice and dark. So this is a wood diagonal floor, right? So this will let you do some really neat diagonal corners. It takes, and it's going to give me a one-way trip right now because I don't think they fit so well just yet. Where is it? You can take any of our solid or window or door walls. Let's try shoving a door wall in there. So it takes all the narrow inserts. Oh, this is never going to come back out. It may shatter. Let's see what happens.
I was helping Tyler pry some out earlier with a screwdriver, and it shot it up into his face.
Yeah, sounds fun. Well, I'm not going to go any further than that, so I can actually get it out. But
prototypes.
This will take all of our narrow walls, the same walls that you're using for the 2-inch bits. You'll be able to put in there, so you can put a door, a solid, or a window in your corner. And these will give you some alternate corners as well as some interesting building bits, right? Like you can do a neat thing up on the. Boy, I did not prep. Let's see. What do I have? I don't have any pieces. Well, I could do it on the ground floor. Right. So imagine, if you will. Where are we?
Where are you trying to go?
Over here. This is a so soft thing, but you can do these neat bits where you fill out on the inside corners. You can do it up on a second story, and then put a little thing on the top. Oh, and it'll fit right under this guy. Like the diagonal roof will fit right over that. So, like a champ. So diagonal in wood, and we got this is partially painted. Diagonal in ashlar. Where's there? See, I'll get the inside of the wall, not done painted, but kind of neat seeing the floor and the wall all together in one piece.
Everybody keeps asking when we're going to see the battle board, and I'm
yeah,
you're looking at it. You're looking at it.
All right, so we got diagonals. These guys are fun. We got big diagonals to come. We got all sorts of interesting non-square shapes to come, but that's the first taste. Any diagonal questions before? Let's just go right into the battle board.
Is there going to be a diagonal filler piece for outside? For example, sidewalk, dirt, or grass diagonal?
Bing.
Yes.
Confirm.
Yes.
Yes. For those who want to build inline, yes. There will be a nice little diagonal backfill. Has not been sculpted yet, but it is on the list. We were literally just talking about it yesterday. I even will confirm it is going to. Well, the current plan is it's going to be double-sided.
Is it a fully
two different textures?
Is it a fully sculpted battle board? It looks sculpted. It is. That's yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this is the headline, right? We buried the lead. All right.
Literally, in this case.
Yeah. We need one of those how it started, how it's going shots of the this build.
We had one of those for the for that castle stream we did, where we started with like, hey, here's 3 sets that we're trying to figure out how to use in this video. What do you want to know? And then you'd grab so much extra stuff. By the end of the stream, it was just a graveyard, just a castle graveyard.
You know, kind of that's the story of my life. Just creative chaos just overwhelms everything. Okay, so you're gonna. Oh wait, let me get a physical battle board. Hold on.
So again, disclaimer: this battle board's also currently still a work in progress. We're experimenting with the tech to see if we can make this work the way we want.
Okay.
So far, it's looking promising though. It looks like it's really gonna work. But this isn't like a full battle board yet. This is just like the topper for it, basically. Yeah. But it's all right. So far, the experiments have been going well. So, all right, what's he doing?
All right. So, several years back, when we left our intrepid heroes in the wildlands, they discovered a thing called battle boards, right? So this was our cool new surface layer that we did in Wildlands battle boards. So they've got metal under there, neoprene on the surface, ABS in the bottom. They're the same thickness as floors, so you could use them. You could build in line with your banks, your other floors, whatever. Give you some quick coverage. What I really like about them is the hard edges, so they're very satisfying to like build up against each other. They don't drift around on the table as much. They're super rigid, so you can put like 40 pounds of prototypes on them and carry them around. They've got magnets on the bottom, so you can put your stick your stilts on there for doing foam multi-level building. Like, right? They're awesome. Now, the dream is to go to level 2 and go from just graphic on there to actual sculpted texture. So this is, we have not actually locked it down yet, but we believe it's going to be possible. We're confident enough that we want to show it to you. So this is an approximation, right? So you have to imagine, this is just the sculpted texture right now. So sort of basically imagine this same frame with a sculpted surface, right? So it will be, it's going to have about 5 millimeters of depth, which is plenty, especially for something like cobblestones. So it's going to have a slightly different frame. We have to drop the frame down a little bit to accommodate the sides, but it won't have any texture on the sides. Smooth sides, fully sculpted, textured top, all the rigidity of battle boards, all the functionality, but sculpted top. It is probably not 100% confirmed yet, but it's probably going to be cast in ABS. We obviously prefer to cast it in Dwarvenite, but it may have to be ABS because it has to line up precisely with the frame. So we'll see how it works out. It is, because it has about 5 millimeters of depth, we're going to probably ditch the metal underneath it. We may keep the metal just for weight because it feels really good. But at that point, the distance from the magnet is far enough that it's not going to have enough grip to actually hold. But it's looking like, and we're not confirmed yet, but it's looking like it's not going to be significantly more expensive than the existing battle boards. So you're going to be able to get, like if you wanted to do a 2x2, you're going to be able to get, it's much cheaper than trying to do it with all sculpted terrain. Like it'll be a sculpted terrain option that will be much more affordable than doing this with. This would be 9 4x4s. So this will be the price of like 5 4x4s instead of 9 4x4s or something. So something like that. We'll see. We don't have final pricing. We don't have final whatever. But we're very hopeful in this. We're trying a second design if we can also pull that off. But it's yeah, I'm very very excited to see how it all goes. And we think if it's done in ABS and it's as precise as we want it to be, we think it's going to be a prime candidate for UV printing, which lets us do more specific detail than we'll be able to do with hand painting. And what we would do is hand paint hand paint a master, take a super high res photo of that, turn that into the UV print file, and then print it. So it'll basically be like a super detail, like Aaron will go in and do all this like fun stuff on all these individual cobblestones, whatever. Then we get a photo of that, can print it down, and you'll get this like, you know, this amazing like hand painted look, because it'll be a photo of the actual hand painting on there. So I don't know, we're still hammering out all the details, but we think it's all going to work, and I think these things are going to be just an absolute game changer, as they really, it's just going to look, it's sculpted terrain. It's going to be, should be just dynamite, and you can then store it really easily, throw them up on your shelf, and so we will see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Any questions on this thing?
Quite a bit. People are wondering if you can get it unpainted.
Don't know yet, because we haven't gotten that far. If we do UV printing, so the advantage to UV printing is it'll be cheaper than doing it with hand painting. If we do it UV printing, it's probably not. It probably won't save you that much money to get it unpainted, but I don't know. We'll see. Plus, you could always just paint over it, I guess. But yeah, we will see. If there's a big demand, we could certainly consider it. But I don't know. We have to nail it down first, and we'll figure out if we're doing it unpainted. Good question
though. People curious about other designs. Wondering if we'll do it for dirt and grass and other ground cover options that we're doing.
The current plan is to do cobblestone, and we're going to try and do dirt. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with dirt, but I think it's going to work. We're trying a different approach on dirt. We'll see. We'll see which one works better, and if it works, then we'll probably only do those two in this Kickstarter. But if it works well, then who knows? It opens up the floodgates for future textured battle boards.
Yeah. Let's see. Can I get a sheet roll of the surface texture?
That's, you know what? That's what we wanted to do originally. We had the factory explore different materials. We're trying to find, like, we wanted to offer a 2x2 textured mat that you could roll out, like kind of a rubber mat or something that had, you know, it was 5 or 6 millimeters thick, that had the texture that you could roll up and then roll out, and had texture and color and whatever. And we haven't been able to find a affordable way to manufacture that. So this was the byproduct of that. We're like, well, we could actually do something like this.
And if we did it in Dwarvenite instead of ABS, the cost would go up quite a bit, I imagine.
Well, and the other challenge is keeping the it needs to be really precise for the frame. But I don't know. We'll see what the final material is. We'll see how it all works. Obviously, like, it'll feel better in Dwarvenite, and obviously that is our preferred material. But we'll have to go with what we can actually manufacture, and we'll work with the frame.
Will we get non-sculpted versions that can still be magnetic? There's some people who say that it's like one of the main reasons they use it.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. Like, because of the depth, like, just the magnets, it's just not going to work. But yeah, we could very well do non-textured battle board, almost like basically build a graphic out of this, and then do a non-textured battle board version. Is not nuts. That's a good question. I hadn't thought about that.
So especially because this has like texture on the one side and everything. We've already got the other battle boards with the magnets on the other side. What if we did sculpted texture on one side and then a flat printed graphic with the metal sheet on the other side of it?
We'd up the price a lot.
That's true.
That was our problem when we originally, the plan was to have battle boards double-sided, and it was like, was almost twice as expensive. I can't remember exactly all the reasoning, but it was like, it was way more expensive. It made them like, I don't know, they were $75 or something. It was just like, it was just so much. Yeah, that was originally I wanted them once he had to be double-sided, but yeah, we'll see.
If not another battle board, maybe then we just also offer a terrain tray of the
We're
cobblestone.
certainly going to have a bunch of terrain tray options, right? Not just this water, but we'll have some ground options. But we could very well do, we might do a textured and non-textured cobblestone versions, wherever, because we're really excited. The cobblestones are going to be, Eli made this, just this pattern is so cool. I don't know if you see like up close, like
it just looks a lot better than a flat graphic.
Yeah, and there's circles, there's a star in there, there's the squares themselves, there's like a flower, there, like the shape just repeats in such interesting ways, and the 1-inch thing, whatever, yeah. So we will see where it goes. I don't know.
Honestly, if we've got the sculpted battle board and then a terrain tray, you can always put the terrain tray version of it on the magnet side of any battle board.
You can flip over the battle board and just put pop a terrain tray on there with the magnets. Yeah, this is gonna look so good on the table. Like it has texture. Like it feels, it's three-dimensional in a way that
I think that's really all we can say about the battle board so far. There is one other big surface layer thing that we talked about today that would be good to go over tonight.
The terrain trays?
Yeah. We actually just got a question about them too. Jade kind of was wondering, we showed 3 water terrain tray art. Would the 4th be a C shape of waves or between rows of docks, or do you have something else in mind? Because they're all double-sided.
A C shape?
Well, basically like waves that are kind of curving around, like to have like docks like out in the middle of them. I think it's a little too specific.
Out of
Yeah.
Oh, so the plan. All right, let's look at this.
Yeah.
Of course, covered. I just
maybe we should talk about those first.
No, because they're on the very, very, very bottom. It's just, I don't know.
If only we had a bunch of like shelves here or something.
Then I forget about it once I don't see it. All right.
That's a minute.
Boom. Boat full of nonsense.
You put so much junk on that.
It's a junk. It's a barge of trash barge. All right. Tyler would really be happy to see
what you're doing with all the precious
how
prototypes.
well I'm taking care of the prototypes over here. It's just like absolute jumble. Oh no, I can't even. I don't know where to put this guy. Oh, I'll put the guy over there. Boom.
The battle boards wouldn't have biscuits, yeah?
Totally safe. No. The ABS, the sides are ABS, so they don't have any give. And the biscuits need a little bit of give in there. They need the dwarvenite give to really flourish. All right, so they've got the textures on. So we're gonna have. So this is a nice paper printout of where we're gonna be. Look at that. Tyler's writing in the back. So the idea is these shoreline terrain trays. So anyway, it's not familiar with a terrain tray. It is put one up here.
Of course, you put it under a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it'd be too easy. They're 12 by 12 steel with double-sided graphics, neoprene, have nice texture, and our anchor magnets stick to them. I don't think I actually have anything with a magnet here to demonstrate it, but stuff sticks to them really nice, right? So this is just a sample of what it's going to be like, right? So now the idea with these shoreline terrain trays are This side, it's a little hard to tell here because this is actually slightly darker. The final version is lightened up. This far end is going to be compatible with the mountain lake terrain trays that we made in Wildlands. So we had the mountain lake. It was a raging river, straight and curve, and the other side was a river mouth and sort of open lake. So this will go, you can go that open lake right up into this and use this to either go for, oh, look at this. This is the man. So it doesn't 100% match yet, but it will, don't worry. The other, I think the other color one does. But it'll, the idea is you can run this right into that and then do kind of water right into shore, or you can kind of have this be, this could be the river mouth water coming in, and this could be your next river going out, or the lake, which other sides are the raging rivers. So it's going to sort of expand that whole family. And the idea is we're going to have, and these, we aren't finals yet, right, so the colors aren't quite matched. This is much closer to the color to the existing mountain lake. Let's see if actually this one matches yet. We're not quite there, but we're getting there. Oh, getting closer. Look at that one. It's like, okay, it looks better in person than on camera, but
yeah,
you imagine that it's the same textures, and we'll show you on the other curve. I think it looks better. But the idea is, well, there's an inside curve and outside curve, and these will, we're still working out the transitions. Wherever there's a straight, a curve, and a concave. Where are you? In here.
Can we get a sculpted version of that?
Not in this, not right now.
The sculpting works better for solid
Concave.
textures, for solid surfaces.
So the idea is you'll be able to, man, it's so glary.
Oh, these lights.
Concave, yeah. But the idea is you'll be able to do, you'll be able to use your, what are these, seawalls, and have the breakers hitting your seawalls, or something of the sort. Or what I think we're going to do, a good question about the fourth side, is I think the fourth side is going to be a shoreside continuation of this. So it would be the rest of the white water trickling out into beach. So then you could do some sort of beach fun. Whatnot. So we're still poking that around, but that's the plan right now. So the idea is that this is a kind of heavy white water because you'd put your seawalls up against it, but then we could have the sort of where it peters out into nice sand if you wanted to go up onto a gentle beach or something of the lake, because it'll be fun. And then you're going to be with it. You combine them with the existing lake terrain trays, and you'll have a really nice arsenal of trays to build all sorts of fun water bits. And I think this whitewater stuff always looks really good on the table. Very dynamic. Questions about that?
Have we mentioned what the fourth side is going to be?
Yeah, I think it's beach.
Okay, I missed that while I was reading.
We'll see if we're still trying to work it out. Sometimes the plans don't always work, but that's the current plan is we're exploring.
Need some sculpted sandbanks. Sand.
Not yet. I know that we've heard you know how much I love sand. Yeah.
Everybody loves sand.
Yeah. Sand. Why did it have to be sand?
Why did it have to be sand?
What else?
Let's see. We're pretty salty about it.
Salty about water.
People are wondering if we're still doing texture mats or not.
Not currently. We were having a hard. So that's how we got to this thing. Is we were originally trying to do. I wanted to do a 2x2 cobblestone texture mat, and we were having a hard time making that work. But it sort of led us down the path that we got to this. So I don't know if there's what's a fun texture mat that you would like to see that you think we could accomplish. I would love to do it.
I think generally what
Don't
we
say
found.
grass because we really wanted to, but
a muddy roads texture mat would be cool. This is Crab Battle.
It would.
Texture mats are too wrinkly. Well, they wouldn't be if they were packaged correctly. Yeah, Yeah, that was I don't know what happened. I don't know why the factory
shipping a 2-foot thing in a 1-foot tube.
Yeah,
turns out
future mats are not going to be shipped like that, or else.
Yeah, we're gonna ship the 2-foot mat in a 6-inch tube, and that should solve it, right? 'Cause then it's equal.
Yeah, it was just like a baffling thing. Like when we got them, we were like, "Wait, why did you
big,
package them like this?"
And it's
like,
this small. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think it's like a Stonehenge, the Spinal Tap Stonehenge thing somewhere.
Grass courtyard, grassy cobblestone, waves, water overlay texture mat, beach, muddy road.
Yeah,
muddy road again.
We've been trying to find. Really wanted to do a flexible, like rubber textured or something that was a flexible roll up mat that could take like 6 millimeters of sculpted texture, and we hadn't cracked that one yet. At least not at like under $300. But we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. I don't think it's going to pan out for cities, but that was the dream: was to continue do new cool textures that we hadn't done before.
Yeah, grassy field. I think it's what we found is like texture mats are great for liquid. Battle boards are phenomenal for solid ground. Like doing water battle boards would feel weird, I think. But I don't know, maybe someday.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's a good question. They're thinking like we think.
Squares on battle boards are off when you put them side by side. Yeah. That was another thing that we
well, that's one nice thing about
weren't happy with.
This is going to be perfect.
They're not stretching fabric for that one.
Yeah, rigid.
Let's see. Shoreline texture mat for rivers, lakes, or oceans.
Water. We might do a water shoreline. Yeah. Shoreline texture mat's actually not crazy at all. A 2x4. I mean, a 2x2 shoreline thing is a good one. That was a good one.
I think it was Finley. Wait,
where?
Yes, it
Finley,
was.
if you ever start a company, we're in a lot of trouble.
Finley puts us out of business.
Instead. Yeah, side hustle making terrain.
Yeah, I think we were really happy with how the texture mats came out. It was just kind of a baffling. The shipping thing was weird.
Yeah,
but we talked to them about it, so I don't think that'll happen again in the future.
Well,
yeah.
We ordered. They were 24 centimeters long instead of 24 inches long.
Was that actually it?
I don't know, something like that. Some stupid, like, yeah.
It's just one of those things that feels like it should have just been a common sense, like.
Yeah. The thing is this long. The tube is this long. It was literally like it was like a 24. It was like a 24 centimeter tube, and it was a 24-inch mat.
It was generally one of the most confusing things.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like it's one of those things you look at, and it's just like it's not like it's hard to get tubes.
Well, you'd think the person putting the first person to put one on would be like, huh, this is a little short, as in like not even halfway there. Like,
yeah.
It's not like you're just like an inch sticking out. It was like close. It was like it was
really just a confusing thing all around because it's one of those problems where you would never assume it would happen because why would it?
But also that nobody at the factory asked any questions, right? Like if anybody that got the catapult from Castles that was painted like our sculpt master, was a mixture of green stuff and gray epoxy and a couple of wood bits that would be like somehow it got to the thing and they were just like, all right, this is what it's supposed to look like. And
half of this catapult is green.
Nobody asked any questions. They went all the way through the whole thing and shipped.
Translucent battle boards. That would. How?
Wow. Like old, the next generation of water tiles. So you'd have depth to it and like.
Would that? How expensive would that get?
I don't know. That's not
Well, because
for this
right now
Kickstarter, but that would be amazing.
the way that they keep their strength is they've got like a lattice design going through in the middle.
Yeah, and there's just under this there's a honeycomb.
Yeah, they've
of
got like
strength.
a honeycomb of strength. Honeycomb of strength absolutely sounds like a
That's our giveaway word next week.
children's cartoon, like
Yeah,
some rainbow
a
bright
bee
stuff.
that has to like find its true meaning in the world.
B movie sequel. It's like a B movie parable. I wish we got a sequel.
I think that's a sign that we're hitting the hitting the point of.
Is the October 18th reserve restock date subject to change?
Yes.
Yeah, it's subject to change. Yeah.
Here's a little
I
secret.
don't know why we gave a hard date for that one.
I mean,
We didn't have a hard date for the one before it.
yeah, we every date ever declared by Dwarven Forge is subject to change.
Yeah. Oh, somebody asked at the beginning of this if we were still launching in September.
Yeah, any day now.
Yeah.
How many more days are left in this month? Yeah, no, not quite. We will next week.
Ever any
Conceptually,
thought for a 6x6 battle board?
We thought about it lightly, and we haven't gone there yet. Part of the price starts at that point. It's going to be very close in price to just a full sculpted tile. So it seems like, I guess to me, one of the big benefits of the battle board is you get the coverage to price ratio is really good.
The cost benefit analysis gets better the bigger it is.
Yeah. The 6-inch one was actually.
Did I use that correctly? Cost benefit analysis.
I think so. It's just too expensive, I think, for the size it is. Yeah, because it wasn't like a 6-inch one wasn't a quarter of the price of a 12-inch one. It was like 80% the price or something. It was just like it just didn't make. It doesn't seem like it would be neat though because they're very satisfying to work with. But I don't think it's going to be worth it. I think you'd rather just buy a sculpted 6x6. But let's see. If we had numbers like Hasbro, right? If we were making these in the millions or the 100,000s or something, it would be a different animal. We're making these in the 2,000 or 3,000.
All I ask is that the new dirt and grass tiles come in sizes that will work with forest and cities. Maybe also some. Okay,
Well,
so here's the thing.
How about 2x2 and 4x4?
Yeah. In a way, this is kind of like a little bit of a sneak Wildlands expansion kind of ish.
It's very much the new grass is going to be very much. We're past the mild lands and into like civilized lands. Like it's going to be
visibly tamer.
Yeah.
But I think we're planning to use the same base color.
Colors the same, but it'll be very, very much tranquil, a greensward, as Eli puts it. So, but they're 4-inch and 2-inch tiles. So 4 + 2 gives you 6. So we're back on.
Yeah.
They will work with your other outdoor stuff if you have it.
And then like the 1x1 and 1x2s of Wildlands. What's up?
We'll show you though once we have it. The great way to go from Wildlands to the grass is banks. So lay down the grass, do Wildlands, and drop banks down, and sort of go off the Wildlands banks down to the grass, or put down the dirt banks on the other side, and you have a dirt road, sculpted dirt road in between the banks. Give you the sides, and that's gonna be.
You guys ever play Lost Mines of Phandelver?
Ooh, is that it? Is that on the video game?
It's a video game, yeah.
Yeah, the NES.
Yeah. It's a Spelunky spinoff.
Spelunky spinoff. It's a.
Do you know Spelunky?
For me, no.
There's no way you know Spelunky.
No.
Yeah.
But I know the spinoff.
Yeah. You know Lost Mines of Phandelver?
Yeah. No, I got to the last level, but then I got tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That TPK'd the Hobgoblin.
TPK the Hobgoblin sounds like like a medieval like a rapper whose like thing is he's like, oh, I'm like writing raps, but as though I'm in like the Forgotten Realms. It's like Run the Jewels energy, but fantasy nerd.
It's the best. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I think we covered everything. We will be back next month, right before Halloween. We will do another deep dive, and I think we will have a lot more new pieces to show. And ideally, we'll be able to start actually demoing fully functional roofs, because I know those are being cast as we speak.
Dude, once we can actually biscuit everything together and actually do like the builds we've been drawing for 2 years.
Yep.
How long have we been working on this?
I don't know. Time is a construct.
The summit was like December 2020 or something. When did we do that? When did we do that summit? November? Yeah, it was post Wildlands, but it was before the end of the year.
Yeah, so it was basically 2 years ago.
So we got together and pitched the ideas that turned into this Kickstarter almost 2 years ago.
Woo!
Woo!
Well, anyway, we'll be back in end of next month with more stuff to show. In the meantime, we will have next week. We will be with Lee from Strata. Will be here, talking minis and terrain and dioramas and whatnots. And I don't know what else we're gonna do between this and the next deep dive, but I'm sure it'll be an episode, whatever it is.
I think we're gonna have another guest episode in that time period as well. So it'll be
fun.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
And we have tomorrow night Hobby Hang. Hamster's gonna paint another one of the townsfolk. We didn't show any new townsfolk, did we?
We didn't. Oh well, let me see if that Kickstarter. Let me see if they funded it or not. If so, you've got one right there that we haven't shown yet.
I've got them all here.
They've not funded.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
All
You
right.
have to wait till tomorrow night. Hamster Hobby Hang. You can see some minis painted.
Unless somebody goes and drops $200 right now.
Boom. All right. And thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the good questions. Thanks for all the good vibes. Thanks for just showing up every week.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys will show up to Cities Untold whenever it launches sometime soon in the future near you. Thanks. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Where's my dagger? It's under here.